What's up, everybody? The Reds absolutely destroyed Manchester United by 4-0, and myself and Mr. Murphy are going to pick the bones out of that. But before I do, I want to give a thank you and a shout out to our sponsors of all our matchday content today. We are being brought to you by the one and only OneFootball app. The link to download OneFootball is in the description below. It gives you everything that you need entirely free. And it's not often, Paddy, you get much for free these days.
No, and it's an exquisite app, and I do encourage you to have a look at it.
Absolutely. You get league tables, augmented reality, video content, breaking news stories, everything that you need to get you through the busy end to the season and the summer ahead. OneFootball have got you covered. Right, Paddy. I mean, pretty perfect evening's football. All the front three scored and assisted.
Yeah.
They didn't score. They didn't even look like scoring, and we barely had to break a sweat. Win.
Yeah, I'm going to sum it up in 2 sentences. First of all, how good are Liverpool, and how shit are Man United?
Very and very.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Probably, yeah, and extremely very, if that's just the way of saying it. Yeah.
And we will be asking you to vote for your man of the match. I think Connor has the man of the match poll live in the chat already. Again, you guys have your say. This is a democracy, but ask you for your opinion on man of the match, Paddy.
You know what? Hey, you could say any of the front three, but I think you'd have to go with Sir Sadio Mane. I think so. Thiago, so very close, but yeah, Sadio Mane gets it. The assist for the Salah goal, the finish for his own goal, his overall work great off the ball. He was just at his very, very best today, and yeah, I would go with Sir Sadio Mane.
I would agree. I'd be inclined to go that way as well, but you could absolutely have a different way of thinking, so let us know in the comment section. Of course, let us know in the poll as well. This would usually be the time, Paddy, where we do some player ratings, but I don't really know if there's a need to. Let's just say...
Someone said in the comments of a recent video, I love Paddy, but never let him do player ratings again, so we could just to piss him off, but I don't mind, whatever you think.
I mean, we could just cut out the middleman, say you've given Robertson and Henderson a 5 and move on.
Sounds fair.
No, look, I don't know. I don't even know how to look back at that. Look at the XG there, lads.
0.11 XG for United. That's when XG is funny.
How is our XG only 1.87? This is why I don't get this stat.
Because that basically means the quality of the chances. It means we've done well with the goals we scored. It means we overachieved in the quality of chances we had. 36 touches in the opposition box for Liverpool, 9 for Manchester United, 91% passing accuracy for us, but the only one that really counts is the scoreboard. And that showed that Manchester United over the course of this season against Liverpool have scored that many and have conceded that many. 9, Paddy. 9. Rivalry 9. And insight into Ralph Rangnick's full-time talk. 9.
Rivalry me arse. They're just... Look, Thiago's gobsmacked. He's been interviewed now, and you can see behind with Sky. He's almost in shock at how shit they are.
I love his voice.
Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Big, beautiful brown eyes. What a man.
I'm kind of turned on looking at him.
He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. It felt like, Paddy, again, I won't say we switched off, but second half, we certainly took 20 minutes to even warm into it, really.
I reckon we took the first half of the second half off. Sorry about that. And yeah, just piss easy. I predicted 6. People were giving out to me. If Liverpool were ours today, it would have been 6. We took it easy. And I just wanted to say, Mohamed Salah's on our screen right now, and I tell you, I'm so happy to see him back amongst it.
Oh, you're really beautiful. What a man. Look, I'm so happy to see him. Happy to see him back scoring. And it was a good all-round team performance today. The front three, I have to say, they were so unselfish. They were so on point, and just the assists for each other's goals was just quality. I mean, his first touch was the ball across to Diaz, which set him up perfectly. Sadio Mane's assist for Mohamed Salah's first goal, I don't even know how he didn't dislocate his hip, Paddy, trying to play that. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was exquisite. It really was. You know, it's been well documented. Some of us have kind of been saying Salah's kind of been off it a little bit, but he was definitely pretty much back to his best. You know, he was doing the things he usually does. You know, don't get me wrong, United are incredibly shit and made it easy for him and Liverpool, but still, you had to do these things. He arguably could have even had another goal there towards the end, but yeah, just exquisite. I love it. What a great time. And the fact that it was 4-0 and I was still annoyed just is an indication of how far we've come and how far Man United have regressed.
It really is. Like, I know it's like picking low-hanging fruit and taking shots here, but if I'm a Manchester United fan, I'm absolutely fuming at that performance, because one thing you'll accept not being as good as the opposition. You won't be happy about it, but you want to see effort. You want to see your players going out there, blood and thunder challenges, 100 miles an hour. And from minute one, Paddy, they just like they were passengers in the game, United. It was off.
You can be a poor football team, but they showed no passion, nothing, no fight. And if I was a United fan there, they knew they were going to lose today, but all some United fans were asking for was a bit of fight from their team, and they just didn't. Some of them players are an embarrassment to the Man United shirt, which is great to see, truly. But no, honestly, like it really, some of it was embarrassing from them. They literally showed nothing. The only lad who showed a bit of something, bit of fight, was the Hannibal Lecter fella they brought on. Bit of a cheeky fucker, but he did show a bit of something at least.
Yeah, he was the only one out there that really was trying to rile them up. I've a comment here from David Newell, and I have to agree. He said, Craig, could you please take it back having Fraud Nandez in the combined 11 the other day? He was shy today, Paddy.
To be fair, you put him in yours. He was nowhere next 9 or near mine. But he's definitely United. That's just shows he's United's probably best player. But yeah, he was embarrassing. That I think back to that one free kick he had where he played it straight to Alisson. I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah, and listen, to be fair though, yeah, he's had a bit of a rough week with. He did crash his car, so his mind's obviously full of a lot of stuff. And obviously, you do have to remember that it was Cristiano Ronaldo who lost his son, but these are some of his best friends in football. Bruno shares a dressing room with him for both club and country, so obviously he was affected by it as well. So again, we send our thoughts out to Ronaldo and the family. But yeah, Bruno was poor today. And when your captain's Harry Maguire, like you don't feel, how can you be filled with any belief? At one point I think the Hannibal guy made his second kind of rash challenge, and Henderson goes over to Maguire and is like, "What are you doing? Like, tell him to stop. Put a bit of manners on him." Like, Maguire, they're in disarray from back to front.
It sums it all up when they bring on their, I think, 70 million signing from Jadon Sancho, and his cross into the box was pathetic. Went straight to Al. It's just they did nothing. They were an embarrassment to that badge. Now on the other side of things, from the happier side, from our point of view, that wasn't too hard of a run out for our boys ahead of the derby coming up the weekend.
No, exactly. It was no injuries, please God. Yeah, very, very, very easy. Now, as you were saying before, the derby game is one where you're not worried about the result, but you're worried about the shenanigans that's going to come from the likes of Jordan, is a scumbag Pickford, and Big Nose Richarlison. So hopefully we can get through that one quite easily as well. No doubt we're going to win it. But hopefully we come through it unscathed in terms of injuries and stuff.
And another important thing to point out right now is that as things sit, Liverpool are sitting atop of the Premier League table, and it is back over to Manchester City tomorrow when they take on Brighton. So anything can happen, but we've done our job, Paddy. Put some goals on the board, kept a clean sheet, and moved along with the points tally.
Brighton and Hope Albion.
I only found out what Albion actually meant the other day. Sabrina said to me, and I didn't know either, she said, what's Albion? It's England, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's another word for England, or an old word for England, or something like that.
Oh.
I didn't know it, to be honest with you, but there you go.
Fair play.
Yeah, look, it's slim pickings for United fans if you're in our comment section looking for any positives from the game. I genuinely don't think there is any. From our perspective, I think we're starting to get our swagger back, Paddy. And I think that's important coming to the end of the season because, everybody will go through dips in form. Salah hadn't been scoring, but he had been contributing in games. Now he's after getting a brace, and that second goal of his, Paddy, was certainly somebody who was feeling confident at the minute because it was a nice little finish.
Yeah, he got a little nick off, obviously, Wan-Bissaka, but he had to have the confidence to pull it off, and it was just great to see. So yeah, thankfully he's back amongst the goals, and a great time to provide him with a bit of confidence.
What a man.
What a man.
Alan O'Brien, thank you for the super chat, said, lads, great watch along, you make a great team. Craig, here's a tenner, bring Paddy to the chipper on the way home. Too late, we've already got the Mazzoni's order put in.
Appreciate that, thank you very much.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
Yeah, I love doing these watch alongs, to be fair. So Craig's annoyed that I bottled the Champions League one because if we get to the final, because I'm actually going to be in Paris, not at the game, but we're going to be doing an FA Cup final one, hopefully. Yeah,
we haven't planned out any content yet, but it was fun today, definitely was. And I mean, so far you've 100% hit rate.
True.
Come down. We've won a cup and battered United.
2 for 2. Maybe we should use them sporadically and save them for the big ones.
It's look, I'm still not letting myself really think quad because I'm a pussy. Really, that's it. It's because I'm a pussy. I'm too scared to think about a quad yet.
You know me. I've been on the quad train for a while. Listen, I have no doubt in my mind we're winning both the FA Cup and Champions League without a shadow of a doubt. It's the Premier League that remains the doubtful one because it's not in our hands. It's as simple as that. Man City are good enough to go on and win every single game. I think we will also win every single game, but we just have to hope Man City can drop points. If Man City drop a solitary point, I have no doubt in my mind we'll win that Premier League. But until they do, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I hope as well. All we can do is hope and take care of our side of it. Miroslav, it's your birthday today, mate. Happy birthday to you. And
what a name.
A great result as well.
What a name. Tell your brother Closa I said hello.
Boom. Hello from Puerto Rico, said Fernando.
Hola, amigo. Hola desde Irlanda.
Now, I need to know which Puerto Rico we're talking about. The real one, like the one that we all want to go and visit, or the one in Tenerife, and we're in Spain.
Oh.
Is the real Puerto Rico? Like?
Puerto Rico, I think.
Yeah, the real one. Like. We'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that one, my friend. Love that, Paddy, said Miroslav.
Yes,
there
Miroslav,
you go. We love that. There's some belter names, by the way.
Miroslav's a great name.
It is a good name.
Well, I'm assuming it must be a Polish name. That's what
we've got a gentleman in the comments in our chat who has a name that I love, Babatunde.
Babatunde.
I fucking love that name. That's a great name.
That's a great name.
It is. Was Thiago good today? Said Husana Ali.
Is water wet?
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
exactly.
Unbelievable.
And if it wasn't, he'd just use osmosis to bring it from one place to the other anyway.
Exactly.
Dropping a bit of chemistry on you there. Boston's in the house as well. Omar Luke, how are you, sir? Lovely to have you in the real Puerto Rico, said Fernando. It is the real Puerto Rico.
Real.
I'm very jealous. Sometimes the comments, Paddy, in the chat are from people maybe in Jamaica or other parts of the world, and I feel very jealous, mate. I feel very jealous.
Well, hello from Ireland. I love Ireland, but probably not as exotic as a Puerto Rico or a Jamaica.
I mean, we were out in the back garden there for 2 minutes in between the streams, just getting a little bit of air, and it's almost barbecue weather out there, Paddy.
Oh yeah, sizzling. It was nice to get a bit of air though. In between making a shit TikTok, of course.
Well, I was in a dancing, so prepare for the internet to be broken.
Yeah.
Anything to say to Goldbridge, said Rian. Mark, let me just address the camera for a moment. Mark, we've known each other for 4 or 5 years now. You've been a great friend, you've been a great mentor in the content world, and we were kind of both in the same area when we started out. You were up in content world, way up here, I was down there, but with regards to our clubs, both kind of going languishing. How does it feel now, my friend, my good friend? How does it feel that Manchester United are absolute dog shit, and the team that you despise as much as I despise your club, Mark, are right up there at the pinnacle of world football? Now, I know you're a football man. I know you respect the game and you will respect what these Liverpool players have done, but I know that when you go to bed at night, you see my face, Goldbridge, don't you? You see me winking at you, Mark, and in a friendly way, of course. I've nothing but respect.
And do you know what he says? Oh, get out! My eyes are bleached! You bloody prats!
And he'd be right. Yeah. He'd be right to say that. But yeah, look, it's tough times now for Manchester United, and I'm fucking loving it. I'm absolutely loving it.
Ba 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 ba.
Me me me. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. There's I want to give him something to hang on to. There are good times ahead. You might not live to see them. They might not be in, the next 20, 30, 40 years, but I'm sure at some point Thursday night football will be back on the agenda.
Yeah, meanwhile, Bruno Fernandes is just on the camera now talking to Sky, and it's just beautiful to watch. We can't hear it, but I can tell he's not happy, which is great.
He's one ugly bastard, isn't he? I know, look, pot calling the kettle black and all, but like...
Well, before you said he was an ugly bastard, I was going to say he looks like my brother-in-law, but I don't want to kind of say that now.
Look, lads, there's no way of hiding this. Like, that was boys against men today. It was men against boys. Sorry, we absolutely destroyed them. They were shite. They were pathetic. And it was actually, do you know what, being really honest about it was an embarrassment to the rivalry, to the history between these two great clubs. Yeah,
even at Liverpool's worst against United's best, I don't think we ever got tanked by like that.
At least we put up a fight, though. And what was Rangnick's supposed to be this gegenpressing, highly respected, great coach, and he goes and sets up with a system that maybe they've played before, I don't know, but they certainly didn't look like they had a clue what their jobs were out there today.
Yeah, no, it was aimless, headless chickens, and Eric Ten Hag has his work cut out for him, and the first thing on his task sheet should be stripping Harry Maguire of the United captaincy.
I was going to say it was the ability to play football, but he's been stripped of that at birth, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's awful.
Yeah, I don't think he ever had that.
He is awful. What have we got in the chat as well? Love from Malaysia. How are we, Mervyn? Nice to see you in, all the way from Malaysia. Boom, we love
Mervyn,
that.
We have history with Mervyn.
Paddy's impression of Mark is amazing. You're getting loads of love in the chat for the impression.
We need to send that to him, Graham.
See, there's two sides to this for me, because there's a part of me that of course respects the banter and loves it. There's another part of me that knows Goldbridge isn't your biggest fan really, and you doing impressions of is not going to sit well.
No, will it not?
No.
Send it to everyone, please send it to him.
Yeah,
I heard he talk about me before, but is he on record since saying he's not a big fan? I love that.
I don't think he even referred to you by name.
No, he didn't. No, and then you were like, "I know who you're talking about." And that was before. I love that. Yeah. Come on, Mark. Much love.
No, he's a good guy, Mark.
He seems like a great guy.
He's a lovely lad.
I'll get for a pint with him, and he'll love me by the end of the night.
He loves Ireland as well, unlike Stonage.
Yeah, Irish hater.
Chris had to get in there today. Remember, if you see him, just let him know. If you're from Ireland, go up to him and just ask him what's wrong with Father Ted. I mean, I wish I could hear what Roy Keane was saying in the Sky interview right now. I can imagine it's something honestly, scathing.
I'm flabbergasted out there. Maguire, pathetic, honestly.
What point is he going to realise that the Manchester United that he was part of is not that club anymore?
Yeah, they're nowhere near. Yeah, exactly.
Did you see Gary Neville out calling for the Glazers to sell up and all?
Come on, Gary, fighting the good fight.
Nick sent in a super chat, said, did you see United's XG of 0.11?
Oh, we did. Yeah. We had a good laugh about that, sir.
I mean, at half time it was 0.00, so they've done well.
They've done 0.11. Fair play to them.
We were class, and look, it's important. People will say, look, it's United, they're shit, but it's important to remember that over the course of the season, we've scored 9 against Manchester United, and they've scored absolutely fuck all against us.
I really wanted that 5th for the symmetry of 10-0.
Oh, I've one more thing to say to Mark. I forgot. Remember, if we win the league, Mark, it's £750 to my charity. For us finishing above you, our bet was £500, mate, for the charity of my choice. So I'm hoping we win the league, because there's a very good men's mental health charity here in Gorey, which I would like your hard-earned £750 to go to. So, stay tuned, because I hope we go and win the title. But either way, 500. It's at a point. Yeah, and look, for those who are bantering and maybe in the chat, I lost this bet to a United fan last season on Twitter, and I paid up my £500 to an autism charity of his choice. Very happy to do so. And I'm sure that Mark will follow through and pay the money to my charity.
I have to say, my beard lineup looks fresh on stream.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations. Didn't go to Air Barbers, obviously, for your £27 haircut.
Yeah, no. I think I paid £25 in Liverpool for this.
I just wish Rio Ferdinand had taken me £5 bet. I mean, I won't lie, there would have been an entire season of my wife going, you're dead if we lose this bet.
Yeah. You got there in the end.
Because I would have to go to the credit union.
I love how they have the Premier League there in the background. That's going to be staying there.
Do you reckon they have a section on the credit union loan forms for a bet with Rio Ferdinand to tick off? Home improvements, car, lost bet to Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, I reckon so. They'd have to, surely.
Look, I don't really know how to address this game, because, as I said to you beforehand, Paddy, it was kind of a hiding to nothing for us. We're expected to beat them easily. We did beat them easily. The fact that they are even in a shout with a top 4 shot is just, I suppose, it just goes to show the gulf between... I don't know, we'll include Chelsea, because I think Chelsea should be in that conversation with us, Manchester City, but the gulf between them to maybe Spurs and look, I have a lot of respect for the way Chelsea play. I do think they're very well...
Respect and Chelsea will never come out of my mouth. But
for the way they play.
Fuck them.
I have to say, I've been surprised at Tuchel, because I always kind of just called him a B-Tech Klopp, but I think he's done a good job since he's gone in there. But make no bones about it, this Manchester United team are an absolute shambles, and it'll be a very, very, very long time before they're back challenging for the Premier League title.
Yeah, I've seen Ranić come out and said they're not 5 years away, they're 3 windows away, but... Unless they're double glazed, they're light years away from any challenge, especially when Man City and Liverpool exist. But they're not magically going to get shit overnight.
See, that comment sounds like they have had nothing to work with in the transfer market, but they've just been god awful about the way they've recruited, not just the players, but everybody throughout the club. It's been very obvious from the outside what's needed at United. A director of football that actually has some control, a manager whose job it is to just coach, and some cohesiveness around transfers, because some of the signings they've made, like Ronaldo coming back, did they need him? No. Did they sign him just because they could and stop Man City? Perhaps.
Yeah.
Then you go and look at Jadon Sancho. They need a central midfielder.
Yeah,
they need a centre midfielder, and they've done everything but go out and get the centre midfielder. So it's just been poor. On the other side, our recruitment. Now, there's a lot to be said about our recruitment, and even I've been pleasantly surprised by Luis Diaz and how quickly he's adapted to our style of football. But that, I suppose, goes to the hard work put in by our scouts and the recruitment staff, looking up Bruno Fernandes, looking up Luis Diaz there, and getting the fit. And thank you to Daniel Levy as well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think most clubs in the world are envious of Liverpool's recruitment and their ability to pick out these gems. You know, United need a lot of help. I think, to be fair, though, Ten Hag will come in with a clear philosophy, with a good eye. I think they will start getting better in the recruiting way. But again, they're miles away, and it's just great to watch them be so absolutely fucking shit.
There is, sometimes you look at a club from the outside, and I often speak about Liverpool and how the calibre of men that we have at the club, not just the footballers, but the calibre of people that Liverpool have. There's no leaks out of the dressing room, there's no bitchy moaning, there's a cohesiveness in the dressing room. If Hendo speaks, he speaks for the whole club, and you just know everybody's roles. You look at United and you just see a dressing room that's constantly leaking stuff to the press. You see too much player power. You see owners that don't seem to give a shit. You see a stadium that was once mighty and is now falling apart and has leaks in it. And you just keep thinking to yourself, surely it's Manchester United, surely they'll get it right. But they're so far off. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Gary Neville said it in a recent interview, like, back in the day, Carrington training ground used to be the envy of other clubs, but now it's like probably one of the most outdated ones in the country and the Premier League. Yeah, it's great to see. They're a failing institution, and I'm enjoying every moment. It's great.
And for us now, it's a really busy end to the season. We've got a big game coming up against Everton at the weekend. You're travelling over. Is this your first Merseyside derby?
Yes, first.
Nice.
Yeah,
and you are in the main? Kenny again. Same seats.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. I think, give or take. I don't think same end anyway. Similar, but yeah, should be for Jesus Christ.
In your own time,
it should be a formality. The only thing that isn't a formality is accommodation, because every fucker in Liverpool has taken up a hotel room. So if there's anyone out there, you know yourself.
Any ladies?
Any women want me to sleep on their couch or even somewhere closer to home, I'll come over and look on how you're getting on. But yeah, anyway, stop me talking, Craig, please.
No, I'm going to let you keep digging.
No, please.
Going to let you keep digging. So look, I'm worried about that game, but as we said earlier on, not from the point of view of performance.
Just the thuggery of Everton, really.
I just hope. I'm intrigued to see who the ref is. Has it been announced yet, actually? Does anybody know?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. I think after the games.
Dave, thank you for the super chat. Said, say good luck to Christine. She said, don't have a free house for the weekend. Wink, wink. Dave's defo having a free gaff. Defo free gaff up at Dave's gaff in Galway. Look, quickly off topic here. Dave's missus and the daughter are going camping. I don't get the appeal of camping. I mean...
I do get the cozy. Yeah, I kind of do. If you have a decent old tent, like, but depends where it is, I suppose. Wouldn't be going in.
I'd much rather a hotel room.
Yeah, something different. I don't know. The freedom of nature.
How are we looking with the man of the match, Paul Crosby? Many votes have we gotten, and who's leading so far?
We have had 1,500 votes, and Thiago's winning with 43%.
Oh, hello. And he was kind of our last edition.
I think initially I was going to say Thiago when we first discussed it.
I think
I went Mane because he deserves a bit of prop.
This has been a...
Thiago, Salah, Mane, Diaz.
This has been a clear indication that propaganda works. Because we spent the entire game just...
Good point.
So saying how amazing Thiago was.
Salah had a Mane is a strange one, but listen, give or take, whatever, fair enough.
I think, look, it probably it's what you like. Some people look for the goal scoring, and Salah got him to have a couple today.
Yeah, true.
I mean, look, I think you could make arguments for a few players today. I think they're all magnificent. And most importantly, we've got our swagger back. Everybody's playing with a smile on their face. And we look very well set up for a busy end to the season. Absolutely. We are if we get through Villarreal, we'll be playing every single possible game in the calendar in the year. So hopefully we can finish it with wins. That's ridiculous, actually, isn't it? Every possible feckin' game for the entire year. That is. How many games would we have played in total then? Does anybody have that number? Close to 70, 60. I'm sure there's a stato in the... 67 or 8. Yeah, close to 70, yeah. That is ridiculous. So listen, FA Cup final, win that. Been and beaten Villarreal. We'll beat Everton. Let's go into the chat. Jesus Christ. Hopefully Brighton can do something tomorrow, but I doubt it. Stephen Webb, thank you for the super chat. You didn't put a comment in, mate, but thank you for the super chat. Oh, it's Stuart Atwell. That's the referee for the Everton game at the weekend. That seems okay to me. They're all shit cunts, Paddy. All of them. They're all frauds. Each and every one. Bar Michael Oliver, who had a bit of a fraudulent display actually against Manchester City with a severe lack of yellow cards. We've played 62 so far, 63, 64. So nobody seems to know. The numbers are all over the place. But either way, that is a mad stat.
It would be 70 then, because there's 6 league games left.
6 league
2
games.
Champions League.
3, possibly.
So 671 then it could be.
And an FA Cup final.
Yeah.
That is just to think about that Liverpool will have played every possible game in every competition they've entered.
Should we beat Villarreal, of course.
We will. Be respectful about it, but we will. Yeah. We will. I'm more worried about the FA Cup final against Chelsea than I am against the Villarreal semi-final.
Yes, I would share that, yeah. I think the bigger occasion is the semi-final of the Champions League, of course, but I think the opponent is tougher in the final of the FA Cup. Because we haven't beaten them outright in 3 games, so, well, we bet them on penalties, but you know what I mean, not 90 minutes, so.
What a comment from Nick, just says, I love this team. Straightforward, to the point.
I love this team.
I can't argue with it, my friends. I can't. Look, did anybody see Stonage on TV around, by the way? I didn't. I kept forgetting to look up and see if he was there. You can't miss him.
Chris, that quiff.
That's where he is right there, like.
Big up the quiffs.
Big up to Stonage if he was at the game. And if you do see Mr. Paddy Murphy out and about at the derby at the weekend, don't forget to remind him about his robo-hatred.
Do you know what? Listen, I think Costas is very close to pipping him. I think the difference in quality between the two is not as big as people make out. And Robertson has his work cut out for him. But we have a great choice there to make.
It's a great set of fullbacks to have, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I wonder if we are going to see a right-sided Costas brought in to not challenge Trent, but to push Trent.
I think he's too left foot orientated to work him on the right, I think.
No, I mean if we're going to go to the market in the summer and bring in someone.
I reckon we will. I still think Conor Bradley is a very good backup right back.
I mean, I'd love to know this from the chat as well. Has anybody heard or seen anything as to why we're not seeing Harvey Elliott in matchday squads lately? Because it's
got to be something.
It's a strange one because I don't feel like it's performance related.
No, it's got to be something going on. Like, as much as I love Harvey, he does find himself kind of in the public eye a lot with different things. So hopefully it's all good and there's no reason for it, and we'll see him back soon.
Yeah, I mean, no Taki in the squad today, no Firmino, obviously through illness in the squad. It just shows the strength and depth we have. Yeah. Like, look at our bench against United's bench today, and it was night and day.
Different gravy. We're living through the best times of our lives as Liverpool fans, I think.
Definitely, and as we keep saying, do not take this for granted. Like this, you're not going to get every season where you batter United 5-0 at Old Trafford and 4-0 at Anfield, and then go to a semi-final so far of the Champions League, win a League Cup, in the final of the FA Cup, fighting with City for the Premier League. These aren't normal times. Like.
No, it's unprecedented, and I'm loving every second of it. And it's a pleasure to share it with yourselves and the chat and all the beautiful people in the comments.
It absolutely
Which
is.
The chat.
I echo those sentiments. Yes, it really is. It's been. It's been amazing. It's been emotional so far this season, and
much more to go.
One of the reasons I said to you earlier on, I'm not like talking about or thinking about a quad yet, is because I want to enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I don't know if you've ever maybe gone on a holiday or weekend away with your mates and come back, and when you look back on it, you think that was amazing, that was brilliant. We should have enjoyed it more in the moment. I've kind of felt that way with seasons in the past, and I want to take in every minute of this one.
Oh, listen, I still am enjoying every moment, but I'll be enjoying the moment we confirm the quadruple even more.
Absolutely. Look, my friends, we are going to bring the stream to a close. Connor, give us the confirmation of the man of the match poll and the fact that Thiago's won it, I think, folks.
Right, so
no, Salah.
The poll has ended.
No, it's Thiago winning it.
Was not Salah winning?
No, Thiago.
Oh, sorry. Oh, fair enough. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. Thiago.
So what do we get percentages wise? Right, we have Thiago on 43%, Mohamed Salah in second place at 28%, Sadio Mane in third, and Luis Diaz in fourth. Thank you to everybody that voted. Really appreciate you guys tuning in again. Thank you to Paddy for coming all the way down for the game.
Pleasure.
Thank you to our sponsors, the OneFootball app. Don't forget, link in the description to download that. Hopefully we'll have a little reaction video coming from Mr. Stonage, and we're all keeping our fingers crossed. There's a few hiccups in there because we love a Stonage hiccup.
The drunk Stonage will be supreme.
And to you guys, as always, for your amazing support. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If there was anything said today that annoyed anybody, look, shit happens in the heat of the moment. We all say stuff that we regret, but it's important to remember that United are still shit, and that's the most important thing here. So look,
absolutely,
we will talk to you soon. Take care. I'll be on Twitch tomorrow for a watch along of the game between Chelsea and Arsenal, and we will have a show before that on YouTube. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye bye.